All right, people, we're back again. A couple years ago, I put out a video about a tax reform idea I have called a constitutional tax. And the sound quality was poor, horrible. So I thought I'd redo it. Because if we're ever going to change anything in this country, it's going to have to start with our taxes. The way that people are taxed in this country is just absurd. The answer for everything is take it from the people. Take it from the people. More money. Okay, so this idea, it eliminates every form of taxation at every level of the government as it currently is, or as they currently are. Okay, there's no more income tax, capital gains tax, federal tax, state tax, sales tax, nothing. No levies or taxes of any kind on the people. Okay. Under the constitutional tax, you would be taxed one time, a flat rate, annually. That's it. The biggest chunk of money goes to your county. Okay, so I elect people at my county. They determine how much I'm going to pay a flat rate every year. How much you're going to pay per person per year. All right. Then of the money the county raises, the state would determine a percentage that would have to be an equal percentage to every county in your state. No one county would pay more or less than another county. It would have to be equally distributed. So a percentage would be fine. And they could charge a flat rate too, but I think a percentage would be the best. As long as it's equal between all the counties in your state. Okay, so of the money the state takes from the counties, the federal government would take a determined percentage, equally divided amongst all the states. The point of this, for one, we're overtaxed. For two, these taxes kill motivation, and corporate taxes is a killer. People, were those 1099s when you're self-employed? Oh my God, I could make $30,000 a year working for someone else and pay nothing. Probably get a return, actually. Or I could make $30,000 a year being self-employed and filing my own taxes. And I could pay 10 to 20% or whatever it is. So why would I want to go start my own business? I could work for somebody else and make more money, pay less taxes. All right. Now, the advantages to this, affecting change. Right now, the biggest chunk of money goes to the federal government. Ironically, it's got the most representatives. What are they, 535 members of the House? 100 senators? Impossible to make a change. Okay, if you don't like your representative, sure, you could probably vote them out of office. But what? You got 534 other people. I think that's how many there are. 534 others to kick out of office if you don't like them. And you know what? You can't control them. Okay? If the biggest chunk of money is at your local level, at your county, but most counties have what? Between 5 and 10 representatives? It's a hell of a lot easier to enact change at a local level. So if you don't like how they're spending your money or your rate of taxation, you can get a group of people together and you can get out the vote and you can get people elected that you think are going to better serve or better spend your money. Same with at the state. But at the federal level, it's impossible because so maybe you can affect one person, but there's still 500 and some odd people in there that you need to get out too. But you can't control that. And the way it is if you have a problem in your state, generally it comes down to your congressman or your representatives or your state senators scratching the backs of others to get their support for something, because more than likely what's affecting you in your state and your representatives are fighting for, people across the other side of the country don't give a shit about it because it doesn't affect them. It's not their problem. So the only way to get them on board with a solution for you is to scratch their back, pad their pockets, make them promises for down the road. I mean, that's no way to govern a country. not to, I mean, maybe I'm not saying this right. I really hope I am. But the biggest chunk of money needs to stay at the local level. It's the easiest to enact change if you're not being represented. And not to mention, you're going to see the difference. You're going to see your money being spent. Okay? My county, there's a million people. Now let's just say, for the sake of easy math, all right? $500 per person per year. So a family of 4 is going to pay $2,000 one time per year. No sales tax, nothing else. No hot food tax, no CRV, no anything. One tax per year. Okay? So let's just say it's $500 for my county. A million people. $500 million my county would take in. Okay? And then let's say the state representatives determine 50% from each county. All right, so $250 million of the money my county just took is going to the state. And then let's just say 50% to the feds. So of the $250 million California took from my county, $125 million of that is going to the feds. All federal programs, for the most part, are going to shift off to the counties and the states to manage. Okay, Social Security would have to be an exception. People would have, like the younger generation, it would be something like, okay, if you're under 40, you're going to pay for the people that are on it now, but you're not going to get it. Sorry, it's just a flawed system. It's got to end. Someone's going to have to bite the bullet. Might as well be my generation. Let's take one for the team and get this shit out of here. Let's just make a tax code where people can actually make money and there's no deterrent to start a business. I want to start a business. But there's absolutely no incentive for me to go start a business, because if I start filing, 1099, I'm going to pay more taxes. There's no way around it. I could just continue to make the same amount right now and not pay that 15% or whatever the unemployment tax is. I mean, it's insane. There's small business should be the backbone of our country. Joe Blow from Kokomo, who wants to go out and pull weeds and keep his money. Joe Blow wants to be a painter, and he goes finds a few houses to paint, paints them, makes the money, takes it home to his family. And then he pays his levy tax annually, one time, one tax. No, we got to pay money every time we go spend something. Every time I go buy hot food, we get taxed. Every time we go through a toll booth, we get taxed. Every time it is never ending. If I sell my house, if I cash out my 401k, state tax, sales tax, federal tax, corporate tax, it's asinine. But my idea will never fly, because it takes the power out of the federal government and puts it in your local county and your state, and the feds will be third on the list in power, unless it would be like a military issue, because that's basically the only thing the federal government would be responsible for, protecting our borders and keeping us safe. They can make money off tariffs. It's fine. If China wants to import shoes at $2 a pair, well, they're going to have to pay a tariff on that. That would be a federal responsibility to keep American jobs and American products here. You know how many fucking businesses would come back to America if there was no fucking corporate tax? You think that they would be sheltering all this money offshore? IBM and all these huge corporations? Fuck no, they would keep that money right here. They would pay it to their employees. Better benefits, retirement packages, salaries, lower cost of goods. I'm telling you, my tax idea is the only one that'll work. Period. The current tax code is not repairable. It's not salvageable. Nothing about it needs to be retained. There could still be some IRS employees. They'd have to be somebody to take in the money from every state. So, I mean, there would still need to be some IRS employees, but a fraction of what there are now. Anyways, hey, that's all I got for you. I get too worked up talking about this shit, so I'm going to stop before I get my blood pressure going and you guys think I'm irate. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. To the next video. I'm out.